you will reach a corpus of 100 CR just by using compounding. एक मेरा फेमस कैलकुलेशन है, रुपए साल के सेव कर सकते हो, कोई बड़ी बात तो नहीं है. तो कंपाउंडिंग में बहुत पावर है. There is a famous person who had created a retirement bucket strategy. So that was, one interesting thing that was developed.
Can you actually show a real case study?
Sure. So this is a real example. If you notice, the SWP increased. And if you see here, even at the age of 90, there will be a corpus that will be remaining. मतलब पूरा खत्म भी नहीं होगा.
आज हमारे साथ हैं दीपक जैन, जिन्होंने IIT रुड़की और IIM बैंगलोर से अपनी पढ़ाई कंप्लीट की और 700 से ज्यादा लोगों के रिटायरमेंट प्लान्स बनाए हैं. आज वो हमें बताएंगे जिंदगी भर की सेविंग को सुरक्षित रखने के लिए अमेजिंग 4 बकेट स्ट्रैटेजी और सही कंपाउंडिंग के जरिए 100 करोड़ रुपए तक का कॉर्पस बनाने का तरीका. और फाइनली हम सीखेंगे कि एक सिक्योर और स्ट्रेस फ्री रिटायरमेंट प्लान कैसे बनाया जाता है.
लेकिन बट द क्वेश्चन कम्स कि अभी मैं रिटायरमेंट प्लान कर रहा हूँ, मैं वो नंबर कैसे कैलकुलेट करूँगा?
I did some research. So let me just show you that. So we looked at, we went through our almost 700 retirement plans. You go to is what my recommendation is.
So what is the process of reaching to that number?
I'll just give you a very simple kind of calculation that will take care of all your goals, not just retirement.
अगर आपको एक ही चीज़ सिलेक्ट करनी हो वेल्थ क्रिएशन में जो सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है, तो व्हाट विल दैट बी?
Yeah, that's a bit tough one because I believe
Well, there are a lot of people who talk about SWP, especially after retirement. But once a person has accumulated that corpus, there are a lot of doubts. If my money is in the market, what will happen? Will the corpus last? What will happen if there is a drop like COVID? So what should be the strategy that one can follow?
so. The idea is that you create buckets. Let me just show my screen. So let's talk about someone. So let's take a simple scenario that let's say you have a monthly expense of 1 lakh per month. 1 lakh per month हो गया आपका 12 lakh per annum. Okay. 12 lakh per annum means you put 3 years of your expense in bucket 1 and call it health and emergency bucket. 36 lakh in this example will go here.
Okay.
Then you have bucket 2, which is your short term or your expense bucket is what the other name for this bucket is, where you put 5 years of your expense here. So आज की डेट में you have 12 lakh per annum. So 12 into 5 is 60 lakh. 60 lakh let's say goes into bucket 2. And then you have bucket 3, which is your medium term income, which is the next 5 years of expense requirement. So another 60 lakh goes into that. And whatever is your remaining, goes into bucket 4, which we call as a growth bucket, which is predominantly, instruments where the capital will grow. So it could be equity, it could be real estate, it could be global investments, it could even be precious metals like gold. So when you segregate into these kind of buckets, then what happens is, even if the market corrects by 30% in a year, your bucket 4 only gets impacted mostly.
Right.
Yeah. Which is in your mind is 10 years away. Because you don't need that money for the next 10 years.
Right.
So you are fairly stable, even though 30% of your wealth in bucket 4 might have gone down. And that helps. Secondly, market went down. Again, it can go down for 2-3 more years. But then 10 years is a sufficiently long period. And whenever the market recovers, bucket 4 will recover.
So इसमें B2 and B3 says short term and medium term income, right? So basically इसमें मतलब what are the options of generating that income? Because अभी और तो कोई काम है नहीं, somebody is retired. So income generation के sources क्या हो सकते हैं?
So if you are bucket 1, it should be typically debt instruments. So it could be FDs, it could be government securities, corporate bonds, or it could also be a little bit of equity savings fund, which is having a very small equity component. Bucket 2 is also very similar. So both the buckets 1 and bucket 2 are very similar in their composition. Only thing is in bucket 2 is senior citizen savings scheme can also be added in case you are more than 60 years of age. Bucket 3 is where you have a little bit of risk or little bit of volatility because you want that income to generate slightly higher return than inflation. Bucket 1 and bucket 2 will give you almost inflation or inflation plus 1% kind of returns. Bucket 3 probably will give you slightly better than that. So you want to have some dynamic funds, hybrid funds, Some funds which have some, let's say, 50, 60, 70% of debt, 20, 30% of equity also should be okay. And then you have bucket 4, which is a growth bucket, which is where you are looking at instruments which are like equity, flexi cap, some mid cap also, global equity, some real estate also can be there, and maybe gold also. So all these instruments may be volatile, but in the long run can generate almost 2 times of inflation or more returns.
आप में से जितने भी लोग हैं जिन्हें स्टॉक मार्केट इन्वेस्टिंग में इंटरेस्ट है, उनके लिए एक छोटा सा अपडेट है कि जो शुभम है वो संडे को एक वेबिनार कर रहे हैं। तो जिन्हें नहीं पता शुभम के बारे में, शुभम 29 की एज में फाइनेंशियली फ्री हो गए थे, इसलिए अमेजॉन यूएस की जॉब छोड़ के वो बैंगलोर इंडिया शिफ्ट हो गए और एक फुल टाइम इन्वेस्टर बन गए। तो अगर आप इस वेबिनार में इंटरेस्टेड हैं और शुभम के एक्सपीरियंस से सीखना चाहते हैं तो इसके लिए आप डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिए गए लिंक से वेबिनार के लिए रजिस्टर कर सकते हैं। और जैसे ही आप वेबिनार के लिए रजिस्टर करते हो, यू विल गेट अ फ्री शॉर्ट कोर्स ऑन योर व्हाट्सएप कि जो स्टॉक प्राइस है किसी भी कंपनी का वो इंक्रीज या डिक्रीज कैसे होता है, प्लस अ कैलकुलेटर जो शुभम यूज करते थे जब वो अपनी फाइनेंशियली फ्री की जर्नी में थे। इसके साथ साथ जब आप संडे को वेबिनार ज्वाइन करोगे तो यू विल ऑल्सो गेट अ फ्री गिफ्ट देयर। हम एक वेबिनार में मैक्सिमम 400 लोगों को एक्सेप्ट करते हैं। अगर इस वीक का वेबिनार आप मिस करते हैं तो आपको अगले हफ्ते तक वेट करना पड़ेगा।
So I'll give you an example of my father. So my father, मतलब उनका एक ही फंडा रहता है कि मेरे को महीने के एंड में मेरे हाथ में पैसा आना चाहिए या मेरे अकाउंट में आना चाहिए. I think for people with kind of who don't want to like park it and just see it is compounding, तो उनके लिए
Right,
I think
right.
what would you suggest?
Yeah, so I mean, from bucket 2, you keep on withdrawing on a monthly basis. So the idea is that someone who retires from a job, he is very much used to that monthly salary coming to the account. That is like a drug, you can say. People say it's like a drug.
Right.
So वो उसको चाहिए every month. So that every month of withdrawal happens from bucket 2. So every month, let's say the expense, your expense in this example, let's say was 1 lakh per month. So 1 lakh, so systematic withdrawal plan you can create from these debt instruments. Or if you have FDs, you can create some kind of a sweep out every month. So that every month you get 1 lakh in your bank account on the first of every month and you enjoy that. And then every year, let's say inflation is 6%. So you increase that by 6%. So आपका वो salary या kind of withdrawal keeps on increasing with time. So that is the concept.
And refilling will be done from growth to other buckets.
Fantastic. So refilling is very important because obviously, bucket 2 से तो आप spend कर दिया. So then this will, over a period of time, this will finish.
Right.
So you have to do yearly rebalancing is what is recommended. And how do you do yearly rebalancing is typically from bucket 4 to bucket 2. But we have put one condition here, which is a bit different than the original buckets, which is what we do is that we do that only when the markets are positive. So that is the one caveat. In case markets are down, you can use bucket 3 to fill in bucket 2 because bucket 3 is also fairly stable and designed in a way that it will not go negative or it will go very less negative. And again, bucket 2 is also 5-year. So in case of a very adverse condition where market is, let's say, down 30%, bucket 3 is also down, let's say, 5-6%, you can avoid doing any rebalancing in that year. And anyway, 4 years का फिर भी बचेगा यहाँ पे. Yeah. So that is the concept.
So सर आपने बाकी तीनों के बारे में तो बताया, but health and contingency इसमें क्या है?
See, health and contingency bucket keeps on growing with time based on whatever returns it is coming unless you withdraw from there. So, but let's say you have to withdraw for some reason, then you again fill bucket 1 also from either bucket 4, typically from bucket 4 or from bucket 3 if required. So that you always have 3 years of your expense, current expense in bucket 1. Maintained at all times.
So some people also say कि you need a good health insurance and then you don't need this bucket. So what is your view on that?
See, health insurance you definitely need. There is no doubt about that. But you cannot completely rely on that. कल अगर इंश्योरेंस नहीं मिला आपके पास था, होगा कितना अच्छा इंश्योरेंस होगा, then what you do? किसी वजह से क्लेम रिजेक्ट हो गया. And then it is not just about health contingency, ना कुछ और हो गया, आपकी फैमिली में रिक्वायरमेंट हो गई, आपके बेटा या बेटी को कुछ जरूरत पड़ गई, and you want to give that fund or something you want to help. So okay, there is some contingency in the family you want to help. So you can use this bucket. So that really helps. and you never know what is there in future for us. Yeah.
I think in the liquid category, which is basically the health and contingency. So how do you get the best return even while keeping your money liquid?
So I think we have to talk about post-tax returns, not just the returns, because tax can eat away a lot of earnings. Um, and bucket one is a very liquid, should be a very liquid bucket by design. So you don't want to really look at a lot of returns in that. So you can look at some debt funds, some corporate AAA kind of funds. You can look at some senior citizen FDs kind of instruments, you can also look at some equity savings kind of funds, which has a very small equity component, so that the bucket can grow. Let's say more than inflation gives around 1 to 2% higher returns, then you are sorted. And the tax, you don't have to pay every year. You have to pay only when you withdraw.
So this strategy is really good, but can you actually show a real case study, a case study of a person who has actually used it?
Sure. So let's talk about this particular scenario. So the corpus that was planned for his retirement was around 3 CR in the beginning. And then as we just discussed, 3 years of expense. So per month is 1 lakh. So yearly expense is around 12 lakh. 12 lakh into 3 is 36 lakhs. So 36 lakhs goes into bucket 1. 5 years of expense, which is 60 lakhs, goes into bucket 2. Same in bucket 3, and whatever remaining, which is 1.44 CR, goes into bucket 4. So by the way, I just explain one more concept here. 3 CR divided by 12 lakh. 12 lakh was the yearly expense at that time, right?
Right.
So if I divide that, it comes to 25. So the planning that was done for this particular customer was 25 times of his monthly expense at the time of retirement. We'll talk about it later. Just keep that 25 times in mind. And again, the portfolio was created based on the same principles that I just already explained. And after 1 year, these are the kind of returns that was there in the portfolio.
And there was a
Bucket
negative
1 gave,
bucket 4.
there was a negative return. वो कहते हैं ना सिर मुंडाती ओले पड़े. So that happened. But not so much. It was only minus 5%. So still it was okay. And other buckets also gave, it's like less than inflation returns, by the way. Yeah, in this year. So, but no, none of the other buckets was negative. So though and then obviously there was an SWP of 1 lakh per month, which was going on from bucket 2. So you see, after 1 year, this 3 CR became 2.85 CR. So he was a bit perturbed. Already he was a bit perturbed. But since the bucket 4 was a different bucket and bucket 1, 2, 3 was positive, he was still okay from a psychological point of view. Yeah.
Right.
And then, as I had just explained, since it was a negative year, there was no rebalancing that was done. So whatever is the remaining in each buckets remained even after 1 year. And then second year, which is year 2019, there was a positive year. So all the buckets gave more than inflation return. Bucket 4 gave 15% return. So it was good. And if you notice, the expense or the SWP increased from 1 lakh to 1.06 lakh. And then after a year, there was a rebalancing that was done. And then we had to also do an additional redemption for tax, because once you redeem, you also need to pay tax. Around 85,000, 86,000 is what he had to pay. So that was something that was withdrawn also. So I just want to highlight 2 things here. So there was a medical expense during COVID time of around 9 lakh that was withdrawn from bucket 1. And then again, it was replenished. So to bring it back to 3 years of expense.
इसमें कोविड में एग्जैक्टली हुआ क्या था इनके साथ?
क्या हुआ कि कोविड में 1 is की ठीक है एक्सपेंस आया, दैट इज वन थिंग, बट अगर आप देखोगे द वोलेटिलिटी कोविड के टाइम जब गुजर रहा था, एंड आई रिमेंबर March 26 of 2020 when the market was at the bottom, because ये जो 3 CR का जो स्टार्टिंग था, it dipped to almost 2.5 2.45 CR kind of a number that time. And it became very nervous कि यार ये क्या हो रहा है भाई दीपक, आपने कुछ समझा तो दिया मेरे को, अभी तक तो ठीक चल भी रहा था, but this looks very unnerving now. So again we explained him. We said, okay, you look at bucket 1 and 2. यहाँ भी डिप हुआ क्या आपका? So he looked at that and he said कि नहीं ये तो dip नहीं हुआ है. मतलब more or less it was almost the same as it was 1 month ago. So then he got some comfort. हमने कहा ठीक है, so that covers your 5 years of expense and it also covers your health contingency. तो 8 साल का तो expense है यहाँ पे. Then you look at bucket 3. वहाँ पे dip था थोड़ा, तो इस साइड की यहाँ पे dip है, बट फिर भी उतना dip नहीं था. मैंने कहा नेक्स्ट 5 साल का, चलो 5 का नहीं, चलो 4.5 साल का तो है, 6 महीने का मान लो, चलो यहाँ से इरोड हो गया अभी. तो आपके पास फेयरली 9.5 years का अभी भी सफिशिएंट अमाउंट है, प्लस यू हैव अ 3 year एक्स्ट्रा कंटीजेंसी कॉर्पस. आप बकेट 4 को इग्नोर कर दो अभी आप, डोंट वरी, इट विल रिकवर. So then he got a bit positive. And then as the story is, from March 27th itself, market started rallying. And it rallied to an extent कि उस साल के एंड में आप देखो कि 33% रिटर्न आया बकेट 4 में, which is unimaginable.
Right.
Yeah. So that's how it is. Plus he had some, in fact, this expense, that 9 lakh again from contingency, was not his own. This was more for some of his family members, extended family. So he wanted. हमने कहा ठीक है, आप कोविड का टाइम है, इस समय तो हेल्प करना चाहिए.
Right.
So in fact, he was able to help some of his family members without dipping into his corpus, which is what he wanted, hopefully. There was some travel expense also, medical expense भी हो गया, एक travel expense भी 5 लाख का निकाल लिया बीच में एक बार, because रिटर्न भी अच्छा था, 48%, 32% का रिटर्न था. तो उसने कहा यार बहुत बम्पर मिल गया, अभी कुछ तो लेट मी आल्सो
Try करेंगे.
डू समथिंग मोर. तो हमने कहा यार इट इज कंफर्टेबल, नो प्रॉब्लम, यू कैन टेक 5 lakh, नो इश्यूज. इफ यू सी 6 year अभी है. एंड देन वी डिड सम प्रोजेक्शंस, एंड दिस इज अगेन अज्यूमिंग much more conservative returns than we had experienced in the past 8-9 years. And if you see here, even at the age of 90, there will be a corpus that will be almost 37 CR which will be remaining. मतलब पूरा खत्म भी नहीं होगा. So in this real example, 25x is what the starting point was. 25x से almost 40 years of retirement life के बाद भी sufficient amount of corpus will be remaining, and it is kind of taking care of various scenarios. So
एक बार कॉर्पस अचीव हो गया, उसके बाद एटलीस्ट माइंड की शांति आ जाएगी 4 बकेट स्ट्रैटेजी को देख के. लेकिन बट द क्वेश्चन कम्स कि अभी मैं लेट्स से 35 इयर्स का हूँ या 40 इयर्स का हूँ, मैं रिटायरमेंट प्लान कर रहा हूँ, तो 1 में वो नंबर कैसे कैलकुलेट करूँगा, और सेकंड मतलब बाकी क्या चीज़ें होनी चाहिए, कोई स्पेशल थिंकिंग मॉडल है इसके लिए क्या?
तो देखिए हेमंत, क्या होता है कि 35 इयर्स पे अगर कोई है ना, वो रिटायरमेंट के बारे में सोच नहीं पाता है.
राइट.
सिंपल सा आंसर है वो ये है कि पहले तो उसको सेविंग करना सीख जाए वो, कि भाई आप छोड़ो रिटायरमेंट तो चलो होता रहेगा, पहले आप सेव तो करो. तो सम पार्ट ऑफ योर सेविंग यू स्टार्ट, सम पार्ट ऑफ योर इनकम यू स्टार्ट सेविंग. फिर क्या होता है कि वंस यू स्टार्ट यू गेट मैरिड, यू स्टार्ट गेटिंग किड्स, बच्चे हो गए, तो फिर लगता है कि चलो अब आदमी थोड़ा सीरियस होने लगता है. सो देन ही स्टार्ट्स थिंकिंग अबाउट द हाउस, और बच्चे के लिए ग्रेजुएशन, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन, मैरिज, उसके बारे में सोचने लगता है. नहीं सोचता है तो लोग सोचवा देते हैं उसको. आपकी फैमिली में कोई होगा, बोलेगा भाई बच्चे के लिए क्या कर रहे हो, या बच्चा हो गया क्या सेव कर रहे हो, तो थोड़ा सा वहाँ पे एक सेंस आने लगता है. तो इफ दैट हैपेंस, देन योर पॉइंट कम्स कि अब कैसे करें उसको. So I looked at, I did some research. So let me just show you that. So this is a snapshot of a real retirement plan. So I'll just explain very quickly. So the assumption here is that rate of inflation, general inflation is 7%, but the inflation for healthcare, travel, education will be 10%. Right? Here, very simply, only 2 buckets are assumed: growth and defensive. Growth bucket is giving around 10% kind of returns post-tax, and defensive is giving 6% return, which is slightly lower than the inflation. So it's a pretty conservative kind of a plan. Again, you don't want to go wrong in retirement planning, right? So that was the idea.
Right.
So वो सब करके then we looked at each year the age of the investor, the age of spouse also, and then we looked at almost 90 to 100 years of life expectancy. And then if you see that every 5 years we are increasing the defensive and reducing the growth bucket, right? So that it's a fairly accurate number year on year. And this tool gave a 36 times that was required. So that was one example. Then we looked at multiples. So this one gives 31 times. This one gives 24 times. This one gives again 33 times, 29, 31, 31, 25. Yeah. So we did this, and then we looked at almost 700 plans. And what we kind of figured out is that 30x of your expense, yearly expense, looks to be a fairly reasonable number to get to a very good idea. So instead of 25x, you go to 30x is what my recommendation is. And you compute for yourself. So you will get a very good idea. And based on your current age and the age at which you want to retire, so once you compute that number, अगर 10 साल बचे हैं तो you just double it. Because the rate of inflation is expected to be 6 to 7%.
तो सर जैसे एग्जांपल के तौर पे जैसे अगर कोई 1 लाख रुपए महीना कमाता है, सो एट 1 लाख रुपीज द मंथली एक्सपेंस, द ईयरली एक्सपेंस इज 12 लाख, एंड बेस्ड ऑन द रूल दैट यू जस्ट टॉट अस, राइट, विच इज द रूल ऑफ 30, तो ऑलमोस्ट अगर मैं उसे इंटू 30 करता हूँ तो 3.6 CR के आसपास का कॉर्पस मुझे चाहिए. तो लेट्स से कि अगर मेरा रिटायरमेंट 10 साल के बाद है, विच इज़ लाइक इन्फ्लेशन लगाएं अगर 10 ईयर्स में डबल, तो 7.2 CR का कॉर्पस बनाना है, एंड अगर 20 साल बाद है तो 14 CR के ऊपर का कॉर्पस बनाना है. सो इन दैट केस ये जो इनकम है, द नंबर लुक्स वेरी बिग. सो व्हाट इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ एक्चुअली रीचिंग टू दैट नंबर?
I'll just give you a very simple kind of calculation, and you may have to dig slightly deeper maybe once you start. But let's say 14 CR you want to amass in 20 years. And let's say you are starting now and you don't have anything that you have accumulated so far for, let's say, for retirement. Let's say you have already accumulated something for other goals, but not for retirement. Then also, if you assume a 12% kind of return, which is 2x of inflation, and assuming that you will be able to increase your SIP by 7% every year. So let's say you start an SIP today, and every year you are able to increase it by 7%, which is a fair assumption because उतना सैलरी बढ़ जाता है, right? तो अगर आपका 1 लाख का एक्सपेंस है आज की डेट में, और आप 1 लाख ही अगर सिर्फ चला देंगे, तो you will be amazed to note that in 20 years from now, you will be able to achieve a corpus of 14 CR. तो मोटा मोटा थंब रूल है कि जितना आपका एक्सपेंस है, अगर उतना ही आप अप्रॉक्सीमेटली सेविंग अगर सही टाइम पे शुरू कर दोगे फॉर योर रिटायरमेंट, यू विल बी एबल टू अचीव दैट काइंड ऑफ अ कॉर्पस. या सो दैट इज वन वे ऑफ लुकिंग एट इट. अनदर वे और इवन अ सिंपलर वे ऑफ लुकिंग एट इट इज अगर आप एक जो अर्निंग्स है उसका एक पोर्शन अगर आप सेव करते जाओ फ्रॉम अर्ली एज. So when you are in 20s and 30s, I would say if you can save around 20% of your income is good enough. And when you get into your 40s and 50s, you save slightly higher, 30 to 40%. Because when you are in your 40s and 50s, by that time your home loan is also coming to an end, and your other liabilities are also slowly getting lesser, and as well as your income is also increasing, because at that point of time you are at the peak of your career. So maybe your earning can also increase higher than what it was in your 30s and 20s. तो अगर आप वहाँ पे 30-40% of your income you can save, that will take care of all your goals, not just retirement. It will take care of your children's higher education, your retirement, your travel goals, and etc.
अगर आपको एक ही चीज सिलेक्ट करनी हो वेल्थ क्रिएशन में जो सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो व्हाट विल दैट बी?
Yeah, that's a bit tough one, because I believe there are two main pillars of wealth creation. One is compounding and the other is diversification. But within these two, if you ask me to select one, and if you are young, assuming you are young, then I would definitely select compounding. Because compounding की जो power है, that can be really amazing. एक मेरा famous calculation है. So let's say you are young, you are 30 years of age, and you are already married, both are working. तो आज की डेट में आप ये बताओ कि अगर 30 साल का कोई है और दोनों काम कर रहे हैं, तो 10 लाख रुपए साल के सेव कर सकते हो, कोई बड़ी बात तो नहीं है.
टियर 1 सिटी में है तो, या
टियर 1 सिटी में है अगर, तो 30 साल की अगर आपकी एज है तो लेट्स से 10 लाख रुपए आप सेव कर रहे हो एवरी ईयर एंड यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग इनटू अ decent equity funds. So if you look at the historical rate of return, it is around 14% is what people have made in index, good diversified index kind of portfolio. So let's assume same आ जाएगा आगे भी. Or let's say you are also increasing your investments by 10% every year. Yeah, because you are also earning and every year you are also getting more income. तो आप कुछ गेस कर सकते हैं कि 10 साल में कितना हो जाएगा अगर 10 लाख रुपए यू आर सेविंग एवरी ईयर एट 14% रिटर्न एंड इंक्रीजिंग दैट इन्वेस्टमेंट्स बाय 10% एवरी ईयर.
Normal
मतलब हमने बेसिकली 12 लाख रुपए साल का डाल रहे हैं ऑलमोस्ट, और 10 साल है तो एक 1.2 करोड़ तो वैसे ही हो गया, तो मे बी 3-4 करोड़ या कुछ ऐसा, 2 करोड़.
या यू आर राइट. सो अराउंड 3.2 सीआर हो जाएगा. एब्सोल्युटली. तो 10 लाख रुपए आप सेव कर रहे हो हर साल की और 10% से इंक्रीज कर रहे हो तो 10 साल में अराउंड 3.3 सीआर तक पहुंच जाएगा. अब मान लो अभी 10 साल और कंटिन्यू करो ऐसे ही
तो 7-8 करोड़.
ये 6 हो जाएगा.
6 करोड़ 7 करोड़ आपको लग रहा है ना. नेक्स्ट 10 साल में 20 करोड़ हो जाएगा. और आप यही 10 साल और कंटिन्यू कर दो, वो हर साल आप 10% से इंक्रीज कर देते हो बस, और आप कंटिन्यू कर रहे हो नेक्स्ट 10 years मोर. तो any you cannot actually imagine those numbers. It's very hard to imagine.
20 का 50.
You will reach a corpus of 100 CR.
वाह.
So there is a real potential just by using compounding and continuous investments for a 30-year-old kind of a person to reach a corpus of 100 CR by the time he or she turns 60 years of age.
Nice.
So compounding में बहुत power है.
Right.
If the time is at your hand.
ठीक है sir, it was a lot of learnings. Thank you so much for coming, sir.
Thank you so much for.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I
Hemant
think
and
it was
Shubham. I hope it was useful.
Yeah, it
a
was
wonderful
see.
experience, especially that 100 crore thing. I think that was eye-opening.
ओके, तो इस संडे का वेबिनार ज्वाइन करने का लिंक हमने डिस्क्रिप्शन और फर्स्ट कमेंट में दे दिया है. सी यू इन द वेबिनार.